Hello everyone, this is David from Automotive Press, and today I just want to share a very simple tip with you because many of us are waiting for 2022 Toyota Tundra, but when it finally comes out, there could be a long waiting list in terms of getting one in your hand. And that is because there's a slow ramp up usually with the Toyota production system, so we don't get the full inventory right away. And by the time you're interested and you begin to negotiate with a dealership, it could be 3-6 months or even longer to wait, particularly with the chip shortage right now and the production volume being in such a demand. So how do you actually buy a 2022 Tundra within a short span of time when the truck becomes available? Well, the trick is to put deposit really early. Now, unlike Tesla or Ford with the new Lightning, there isn't a reservation system where you just put in $100 and hold the spot. They don't have that at Toyota, but you can walk into your Toyota dealership and put some amount of deposit and actually put your name on the list. So I've already placed a deposit with 2 dealerships here in the West Coast, and so I know that I will be the very first person to get the Tundra anywhere in Canada, because as far as I know, no one has put a deposit yet on the 2022 Tundra. And so this is one of the tricks that I use, is that even though I'm not 100% sure if that is what I want to do, I just simply put deposit because I know it's fully refundable and I will have the first right of refusal in terms of picking the Tundra when it becomes available. So I use the same tactic, for example, to buy our Toyota RAV4 Prime, which, as you know, has almost 2 years, maybe even 3 years of waiting list. But I was the first person in Canada to get the RAV4 Prime because I placed a deposit before the official announcement. In fact, I placed 2 deposits. So I'm getting the second RAV4 Prime this coming week. So we will have 2 RAV4 Prime in my company fleet, even though there are probably 2 to 2.5 years of waiting list for most people. So I've used the same strategy to buy my Tacoma TRD Pro and Lunar Rock. So I was one of the first ones to get that. And of course, now I've placed deposit on the Tundra, so I know I will get it very soon. So if you want to be one of the first person to buy the Tundra and you don't mind buying it in the first year of production, I will go to your neighborhood Toyota dealership and place a deposit and make sure you have it in writing that's fully refundable. For example, you can put down subject to test drive or subject to viewing or subject to final information. And that way it's fully refundable, and if you change your mind, you don't have to worry. Once the Tundra becomes available, you will be one of the first person to actually get one. Now, some of us probably don't want to buy it first year. We want to wait for a while and wait for the production to get on to the normal volume and let the bugs work itself out. That's okay too, but this is my strategy. I always like to buy it very early in the life cycle, because then I can trade it in and buy something else a year later and it's still in demand. So for example, my RAV4 Prime, if I kept it for another 6 months or so and sell it, I will absolutely lose no money because there's so much demand. In fact, it's appreciating right now. And so same thing with my Tacoma TRD Pro in Lunar Rock. It's so rare. It is absolutely rock solid in terms of resale value. And so when I trade that in for a Tundra, I know I won't lose any money on that truck as well. So I use the same strategy, and I change cars or trucks every 12 months to 16 months or so. And I haven't really lost any money for the last 5 years of doing this. So that is my strategy. Now, I have also placed a deposit with the Cybertruck way back when the Tesla Cybertruck was announced. Again, just because of curiosity and just in case I might want to buy that, I placed a deposit. It was only $400, I believe. And I also placed a deposit for the F150 Lightning just a couple of days ago when it was announced. Also for the same reason. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy that truck, but hey, it doesn't hurt to put a deposit. It's fully refundable. And if I don't like the new Tundra or I don't want to wait for a Cybertruck, well, actually F150 Lightning seems like a really interesting truck to buy. So I might trade in the Tacoma TRD Pro for that one. I know there is a huge difference in opinion for those people who just love Toyota trucks and those people who love Ford trucks. And as you know, I'm very much a big supporter of Toyota products. But to be honest, Ford makes pretty good trucks. So I don't mind trading in my Tacoma for F150 Lightning because it's kind of cool to have a fully electric truck. But either way, regardless of what I end up doing, I tend to think 6 months or a year in advance and then place deposit or reservation early because I can change my mind and get it refunded anyways. And that way, when these products begin to show up and everyone wants to buy it and there's none in stock or there's a long waiting list, well, lo and behold, I still have a choice because my deposit was early and I can actually get the product into my hand. So that's one of my tips I want to share with you. And that way, you're owning a car or truck while it's still in demand. And if you sell it a year later, well, when it's still shortage of inventory, you can get the highest value for a trading or for resale. So those are some stuff I do. But please help me understand what to do. I've again placed deposit with the Ford F150 Lightning electric truck. I also have a deposit on the Cybertruck. And I've now placed 2 deposits with 2 dealers for the Toyota Tundra. So obviously I'm leaning toward the Tundra in terms of what to do when I trade in my Tacoma TRD Pro, which is only half a year old, that truck. But anyways, who knows? I might change my mind and actually get the F-150 Lightning or wait longer and maybe get the Cybertruck. That would be crazy, right? But in terms of timing, I'm expecting the Tundra to be available end of this year for delivery in springtime. I'm really hoping and crossing my finger that TRD Pro, possibly with a hybrid engine, will be out around that time, spring, summer, because I'm going to wait for a TRD Pro with a hybrid engine with hopefully immense amount of power and torque. That's the truck I'm going to trade in my Tacoma for. That would be ideal. But if that's delayed or the TRD Pro isn't available yet, and I really like the F-150 Lightning, I might get the Lightning. Or if I don't like either one, I might just wait and buy something crazy like the Cybertruck. What do you think? Help me to decide. Help me to plan for this. Please put on the comments below what you think I should do. And it'll be kind of interesting to see how my life evolves from here. I love trucks. I love Toyota stuff, but I'm open to many different brands. So anyway, just a quick sharing here about how to plan for the future, how to plan for the buying. I use many different techniques for buying and selling trucks and cars, and I almost never lose money in the 4 or 5 years I'm doing this. And I always buy something that's in demand, low supply, simple demand and supply equation, and I sell when the demand is still high, and I trade in and buy something else that's also in demand. So in my company, I have a fleet of cars for our managers and also for myself. And so we have the Tacoma, we have a 4Runner, which we just sold, and we have a Highlander, and we also have 2 RAV4 Prime now, and then RAV4 hybrids. So they're all sort of high demand cars and trucks, and so I know I can get rid of them really quickly and not lose any money. And I still have my 2020 GR Supra. That's the only one I'm not quite sure what to do yet. I'm not in any rush to sell that one. But if the GR Corolla comes out next summer, that will be really tempting to buy that and trade in the Supra because Supra just isn't so practical anymore. I hope you also watched the collaboration podcast video I did with Kirk, and that's on his channel there. Link is below, and so please go watch that as well. Kirk and I plan to do more collaboration together because we both share the same passion and vision for all things to do with the Japanese cars and Toyota in particular. So more things to come. Thank you for watching, and I'm signing off for now.